So much to do today. What are we going to talk about? What am I going to show you today? Well, look at this. Well, I'm just about ready to put the plywood out on here. I've got a couple more floor joists here, and they're right down there already pre-cut, and I left those out so I could still get down into this pit. I still have to clean down in there, remove all of the debris, all of my cuttings, some of the old stuff. I've got some cardboard under there. I've got to get back underneath the house. I have to take that plywood off of there, and I've got another piece of plywood underneath this deck right here. I cut a hole right in here underneath because for some reason when they built the house they never gained access under this area, and shame on you, Mr. Inspector, for passing this without making them cut that and gaining access in here. Shame on you. Anyways, I've got to get that plywood out of there, and there's a few other things that I have to do, and then I'll put in these joists, and I'll show you today, I'll show you how to put the joist hangers in properly. There's a right way and there's a wrong way to put these joist hangers in. Okay? You want to get them nice and tight. And I've got them all that way. Here's another joist right here that I've left this one out just in case. After I cut my plywood, I'm making a few assumptions. I've got it all square. I've got it square from this point. So when I cut the plywood, that's going to be cut at an angle, and I'm going to start from that side. And if I have to adjust it, then I'll adjust this last floor joist. That's why I haven't attached that yet. Okay? And then we'll get the plywood, and it's a tongue and groove, and I'm going to have to cut the tongue off over here because it's going to go from here this way. And so I'm going to attach that with screws. I'm also going to use my construction adhesive. Yes, I'm going to put construction adhesive on all of the floor joists before I nail it down, before I screw it down. Why? Because I don't want this floor to squeak. I don't want it to move around. And that's something really good that you should do, especially when you're installing a subfloor. I don't care what kind of subfloor it is. You want to use some sort of construction adhesive, and I'm using liquid nails. I like using liquid nails, but you don't have to use liquid nails. There's all kinds of different other construction adhesives. So that's all this stuff. All that I'm going to do today? Yeah, I think I'm pretty sure I can do that. I ate a big breakfast this morning. I'm not taking lunch. I usually never take lunch, by the way, when I'm working. For some reason, I don't know what it is. I just start going and going and going, and I want to finish, and then I look forward to dinner. But if that's the type of stuff you want to see today, stick around. I'm going to be sorry to leave this pit and to cover it up and never be down here anymore. Man, this feels like home for some reason, coming down here. But see all the stuff I've got to move. I got to get all this stuff out of here. Okay? Even the cardboard, and I got to pick up all these little shavings. All these little wood shavings. I'm even going to pick all those up and sift through it a little bit, because that kind of stuff could encourage termites and would give them termite food. I don't think there's any termites around here. It's supposed to be a clean bill of health. This place, before we bought it, they signed off saying they could not find any termites. So, but still, I want to pick up every single little dropping of wood, even stuff like that. Yes, stuff like that. Okay, and I've got to get under here, so that's my next step. This, I ended up cutting this out because there was no access to this area here from before, and I'm going to leave this off. Once I take this off, I'm going to leave it off, and I'm going to take this, I'm not even going to leave this plywood down here, because that's wood. So I gotta pull that out of there. There's a silly staple right there. I'm trying to pull it out. Can't get it. anyways, that's going to be left open, and I brought my extension cord down here and my trouble light, so that's my next, I guess that's my next thing. I'm going to get under here, take this off, and let's have a look underneath the floor where the rest of the deck landing is. Okay, I went ahead and unscrewed it. I've kept this on here because during the night I didn't want any critters climbing up the stairs or something, crawling down here and coming under, like raccoons or, you know, squirrels, snakes, who knows what. I'm just gonna crawl under here. I'm gonna grab the light, and we're gonna have a quick look-see under here. There's no light in here other than the outside light. That's almost enough light. See, this is the area right in here where the deck is outside. Okay, and they could never access it because I ended up cutting this out right here with my Sawzall, my drill. I made a video of that, by the way, so if you want to see that, that is on my channel too. So I have to see, I'm going to leave this open, and I'm going to leave this area open once I put the plywood up on the deck. That way everything will be accessible from underneath the house. You can crawl under here, walk under here, come out to this area, check it out, walk out to that area after the deck is all done, and then I'll be able to get into this area, check it maybe yearly to see if there's any leaks, see how well I've done on my framing and my handiwork on making sure that it doesn't leak underneath those tiles. Okay, and you know what? I even see wood. Here's a piece of wood right here. I mean, before the inspector signed off. Now, granted, he couldn't even have seen this, could he have? Because that was blocked off. So before the inspector had him cover up the floor, he should have made sure that this thing was accessible and had a hole cut into this area. It could have been here. The hole could have been cut over there. Could have been cut over here. But either way, you have to have all the areas underneath your house accessible. Okay? So I'm gonna turn the light on. I'm gonna get my construction light in here with the extension cord and stuff. We'll just kind of check things out a little bit, and I'll pick up a few wood pieces and haul them out of here. Okay. Yeah, because I'm in this pit now. Do you see why I'm gonna do these last two, these full length ones in the middle last. That way I can keep maneuvering my ladder around in this little cubby. I'll put, once I finish all that over there, I'll show you what that looks like. Then I'll put this long one in here after that, and then I'll work on these two corners. I'll bring that 2x6, see, from there over to the joist. Here's where the floor joist is going to be. We've already determined that. We've already lined it out, remember? That's coming across here. And then this 2x6 flat up here would go to there. Do you see why I'm doing that? I don't want to put just a little block right there and a little block there and say, oh, okay, I don't know what else to do, how to attach it to that. Your block splits because you tried to nail it. You didn't have an impact drill like I did. You had to drill through there, and this little block is not very straight after you got it in there and everything. No, we're gonna do that corner there, just like we're doing this corner. See, went to there. We're gonna do the same thing there, and then I'm probably gonna do that over here too. I'm gonna go from here with the block all the way out to where this joist is here, rather than just cut a small little block to here. I could just cut a block to there, drill it, but see, I've got 4 screws in there. They're fairly close together. There's not a whole lot of stuff there holding that. If I put a clip in there, now I've got all those nails in there. I'm gonna have this coming over, nailing that into the block. Now I've got so much stuff in there that's liable to split and not hold up. Maybe it holds up right now, but what about 3 years from now? After this corner sags because this broke up and now your water, all your water's pooling in this corner and finding a leak somehow. No, I'm not doing that. Okay. And if you've noticed, I haven't screwed this whole thing off either. Okay. And I'm still, boy, I probably should do that. I've got this one pushed in tight. I probably should screw this because there's a slight gap right there. See it? Yeah, right there. So I'll probably screw that, and that way that can suck in before I cut this floor joist. So see this one, remember I had 58 3/4 long? It's probably going to be 59 1/16 maybe, or so. I'll screw that in first and then see. Okay? It's starting to take shape. Now speaking of these joist hangers, see how tight this is? This is tight here. This is tight up against there. This is tight. This is tight up to the side and that side. That's how you want those. And I'll show you how to do that in a minute. Remember that piece of track I had? I had 2 5-footers because I cut a 10-footer in half at the store to get them back home. I only have 3 feet of that track left. That's how many little pieces I cut out of there. 3.5 inches long, and then cut it down the middle. Lots. And now I've got plenty of track. I'm going to save that now, and I can use that for whatever I need in the future. Oh, it comes in handy. Don't forget to get some. And I got this at Home Depot. I think they have it at Lowe's too. But like wholesale houses for sheetrock, most places they carry metal studs and track and all kinds of stuff. So if you can't find anywhere, and if you really want to get a piece, you might be able to go to some place like that as well.